What are the period and frequency of a wave? Highly recommend that you check out my video on waves and wavelength in the description to supplement this. But in a nutshell, a wave is cyclical in nature. It repeats itself in a uniform fashion. It propagates in a single direction left to right, while its individual points along the wave merely oscillate up and down. In other words, while we can measure wave propagation with distance, we can also map it over snapshots in time. These are evenly spaced time intervals, and as you can see, as the overall wave travels left to right, any one point along the wave strictly just goes up and down. Now let's use this to map the vertical displacement of this fixed horizontal position along the wave as a function of time. Over time, this specific point, which never changes direction left to right, goes up and down over time, starting at the max height at time t1, this height at time t2, and then this height at t3. As a reminder, this is mapping the up and down displacement of a fixed horizontal point along the wave. We start here, and then it goes here, and then here, and then here, and so on. Eventually, it gets right back to where we started and continues to cycle and repeat itself. Here we have a timestamp for every single money point, where we have the displacement of 0, max height, and min height. What do all four of these time difference pairings have in common? First of all, they all represent intervals of time because t4 and t0 are both instances of time. So their difference is the amount of time it takes for this horizontal position of the wave to go from here to here. And that's the same amount of time it takes to go from this vertical displacement to this vertical displacement, and so on. So to answer the question, what do all of these have in common? They are all equal intervals of time. Likewise, since for each of these time intervals, we start and end with the same vertical displacement, they all represent a time cycle for the wave, also called the period of the wave. It's the amount of time it takes for any point along the wave to get to where it started in terms of vertical displacement. Graphically speaking, the period is the horizontal distance between any two consecutive points of equal height and equal slope. This is exactly the same as wavelength, except wavelength describes a wave cycle within the realm of distance, whereas period describes a wave in terms of time. Frequency of a wave, very simply, is the inverse of period. Since a period is measured in seconds, frequency is measured in seconds inverse, or simply hertz. Try out these problems on your own, and then click here for the solutions.